welcome back to the Graceful Tangle YouTube channel. I'm Amy Kate, a young but passionate knitter and crocheter. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Etsy, Ravelry, and Pinterest as the Graceful Tangle. On Ravelry and Etsy, you can find and purchase my knit and crochet patterns. And also on Ravelry, you can find the Graceful Tangle podcast group and join in on all of the fun chatter we have going on over there. I am so excited to be back with you guys today talking about a brand new pattern release once again. And of course, I will also have a blog post that goes along with this video and gives you a whole bunch of details about this new pattern. So be sure to check that out in the description box below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you took a moment to subscribe to my channel. And then don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified each and every time I upload a video. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's go ahead and chat about my brand new pattern. These are the Homebody Placemats. I am so thrilled with how these turned out. They are so beautiful and love the texture, and I cannot wait to use them at my family's kitchen table. So let's chat a little bit about the pattern first. They were made flat, of course. I'm not gonna call for you to stick a placemat. That does not sound fun. It is interesting, actually. I guess you could do a color placemat easier that way, but anyway. They are worked in rows back and forth. You start, I actually have to pay attention because of the cast off that I use. Okay, you start down here, and then you work your way up in rows. You go all the way to the top, and then you bind off. So it's a super simple construction. The stitch pattern is mostly a garter. If you can just knit a stitch, you can knit these placemats. They are so simple. You will notice that some of the rows look a little bit different, and that is because it has some drop stitches. Now, I don't want that to scare you. They are so much fun to do and so simple. Literally, all we are doing is making a yarn over, and then on the next row, we will drop that yarn over. So instead of knitting it like you usually would and treating it as an increase, a new stitch, you drop it, and it makes the stitch longer, the regular stitch longer. So that's what the drop stitches are. Again, they're so simple. I don't want it to scare you that they are called drop stitches. It's not like you're taking a stitch off your needle and just letting it go down on purpose. That's not what this is. And then the bind off that I used is why it was a little bit hard for me to tell when I was showing these to you. I use the long tail bind off, and that's what the pattern calls for. I really like using it because it looks exactly the same as the long tail cast on, which is the most commonly used knitted cast on when working flat or in the round, but mostly flat, I would say. And I really like that I have now found this cast off or bind off method that looks identical to it, so that it is one fluent piece instead of having it start with one way and then end in another. I just think it kind of brings the whole project together. So the long tail bind off is what is called for in the pattern. However, you absolutely do not have to use it. It's not difficult. It is sewn instead of just using your needles, so you can keep that in mind. But again, I have a tutorial linked in the pattern, and it's just so simple, guys. I don't want that to scare you. I highly recommend giving it a go. It's not as difficult as, say, the tubular bind off or the Kitchener stitch. But yeah, it's just a little bit different. It's a new technique that I highly recommend learning. So yes, that's a little bit about the pattern and the construction. The yarn that I used is Knit Picks Dishy. I used 4 colors for these placemats, and each placemat uses 2 strands held together. So I wanted to kind of keep a certain theme with my placemats because my family's kitchen is a certain kind of color theme per se, and so I wanted it to look good. However, you could also use 2 strands of the same color or make the whole set using only 2 colors, whatever you like. I used, if you're curious, I am making 6. I currently actually have only 3 done at the time that I am recording this video. However, I will be making 6, and there's going to be 2 of each color. The gray that I held with all of the placemats is Dishy in the color Silver. This, well, I'm going to describe it as mint. It's called Mint. It's a really beautiful, very light blue. I absolutely love it. I think this might be my favorite one. I don't know. I love them all. It's hard to pick one favorite. This is silver with creme brulee as the yellowish mustard color. And then this is silver with, let's see, that name is escaping me, jalapeno. I think jalapeno is what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's right. If it's not, I will actually correct myself in the description box below. I think that's right. I don't know, but anyway, it says a very beautiful kind of jade green. I absolutely love it. I love them so much. So, that is the colors that I use. Again, feel free to substitute any colors that you would like or any colors that would go with your kitchen. I have instructions in the pattern for, of course, the instructions to make a placemat. And I put the yards, or the yardage and the amount of yarn that I used for mine. However, keep in mind that, a set is whatever you make it. So for me, I have 6 people in my family, and that means that 6 people sit at the kitchen table. And so I made 6 placemats. However, if you only have 4 people in your family, or if you have guests a lot, you might want to make more or less. Totally your choice and your preference. So I hope that you are excited about this pattern. I am so happy to finally be getting it out to you guys. I've had this idea for a while, and I'm so glad that it worked out how I wanted it to. And yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. I love the stitch pattern that I used, and I'm excited to create more patterns using it. So stay tuned for that. If you use the code HOMEBODY, that is HOMEBODY, all lowercase, at checkout on Ravelry, you can download the pattern for free for a limited time only, so be sure to do that. And yeah, I hope that you're excited for this pattern. Again, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and then don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get a notification each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out this pattern. I will see all of you guys next time. Bye.